Going back to the videos that I saw on TikTok of women being upset about this whole movement of passport bros, they're kind of saying like these women over there don't know better and they're being taken advantage of.
As you guys know, there's always going to be heat for passport bros. So some more heat.
I keep saying passport bro discourse on my feed. But I feel like Japan really nailed it when it comes to talking about those kind of guys, because they just call them LBH. Loser back home.
Yeah, shout outs to all the people in Japan, man.
In terms of this LBH talk, I've been here 20 years. I've never heard someone say this directly to me or even said this about someone to me in earshot's distance.
But I agree. Quality products compete in a competitive market. Quality products compete in a competitive market. Basic economics 101. So if you have to go to a less competitive market to compete, are you really quality? I'm just saying.
So we can see two things already. First, that she's a lovely young lady and she's attractive and she's highly educated. That aside, she is spouting things that we've been hearing about black men for ages. If you're not competing in America, then you're not good enough. Be better. And for some guys who have tried the game and gotten their paper together and it's still not good enough, they say, hey, I'm just going to go take a look somewhere else. And after a while, if you hear so much shame about it, it just falls on deaf ears.
Those things that you just said, the benefits to the women are very similar to the benefits that women have here when they're looking for a high value man.
My advice to modern women around the world is if you want to rub elbows with high value men, go to America. That's the place to compete. You can be Lori Harvey if you're good enough. I promised you more, so here it is.
This is the thing that I have noticed. Most of these Asian women who support the passport bros keep saying that we are nurturing, we are caring, we were raised to be wives, we are feminine, and that is the reason why these men want us, and that is fine. However, have you guys sat to thought about the fact that these men are also a reflection of their society? They say that their women are not raised to be wives, but you think that these men are raised to be husbands.
If these men, us men, are not good enough to be husbands, then first of all, you shouldn't care if they leave or not. And she made a point earlier in the video about men disparaging black women, and I guess she has a point there actually. But that aside, if these are men that are not good enough, them leaving really shouldn't be an issue.
That is something you should think about. American men are also a reflection of their own society. Most of these men, irrespective of race, were not raised to be husbands, okay? There is a research indicating that America as a country has the highest rate of single parents in the entire world, beating over 130 countries to it.
For men who do not have children, who most of the passport bros are, or don't have children that are young children, this is immaterial to them, right? And it's one of the really irritating, frustrating parts about this is just this lumping of all black men into one monolith. All black men don't take care of their kids. And it's one thing to hear, you know, people that aren't black say this, but when you hear not only black people, but you hear African people come to America and assume the black culture and still don't see the distinction between the large, overwhelming group of men who don't have children versus a small group of men who are not taking care of their kids, it's doubly frustrating.
So this is to emphasize the fact that these men are also not husband materials, but they want traditional wives, and most of you are not thinking and putting this thing into context. You guys think that a group of men whose women are apparently not raised to be wives, are not feminine, are not submissive, do not have respect. You think that these men, on the other hand, are raised to be husbands. Y'all need to go Google the concept of 50-50.
Right? They're looking for a man that can support a family, and that, of course, includes finances, and then somebody that they're attracted to.
Exactly.
We already know that women don't want 50-50. And if they say they want 50-50, it's in a situation where it sounds like the right thing to say, but we've heard video after video after video on Kevin Samuels. I want a man who's going to take care of all the bills while I raise kids, right? We heard that for 3 years. So it's not about 50-50. And here, she's going to make the point for the passport bros for us.
I am originally from Ghana, West Africa, and in my culture, men pay for everything. Those men do not need to be rich, or they do not need to have a lot of money. They understand that they are providers. So wherever you go in the Ghanaian community, you will see men striving to provide and just step up. However, in North America, we have...
Okay, so she's going to make her stereotypical assumptions again, but most passport bros pretty much understand you can't go overseas as a guy and not be willing to provide for your woman. Most guys already understand that. You're going to go on the date, you're probably going to pay for it. You're going to court her seriously, you're probably going to have to pay for that. But now let's hear the assumptions for how all black men in America are, I don't know, deadbeats or whatever.
These men show up and expect a woman to provide 50% of the bill, yet they expect a traditional relationship. So before most of you Asian women begin to feel special, like you have something above these American women, specifically black women, just remember, are these men not a reflection of their own society? Were they raised to be husbands?
Again, it's a little bit disappointing hearing basically the same thing that we've heard from Oprah Winfrey coming from women who are migrating from Africa to America. It's literally word for word what you would have heard in the 1990s on an Oprah Winfrey show, but it is what it is.
Quality products compete in a competitive market. Basic Economics 101.
If you are indeed a quality woman, you should move to America and you can live the life of a high-value woman like Lori Harvey. Competitive products compete in a competitive market, right? America's the place for the top of modern women. If you're the top shelf, high-value woman, America's the place for you. Now, if guys don't want to compete in that market, then to say that they can't go in the other 96% of the world and look for other options, that's being a little bit selfish. But if indeed you want to compete in the best market for high-value women, America's the place. So with that, I'd say that for all women that are saying that passport bros are not good enough, those guys aren't good enough for your attention anyways. You should be focused on the high-value men, the ones who are congregated in America, and go compete for the attention of those men. And for the lowly passport bros, you really shouldn't even care about us. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.